Hey everybody, it's Chrissy, it's Wootini over at gaygamer.net, and here with another weekly video podcast. So this week, the gaming world is all a Twitter about a very new game that has just come out, that everyone's all excited about, called Mario Kart 8. And, in fact, I'm pretty sure that this game is actually selling some Wii U systems for Nintendo. I know one friend of mine Facebooked a photo of his new, he bought the bundle. I guess there's a Wii U bundle that comes with Mario Kart 8, and he tweeted a photo of that. And a bunch of my friends are having Mario Kart parties, and they're all trading their Nintendo ID names so that they can be friends and they can race online. And I feel kind of left out. But there's really nothing I can do about it, because I am not a big fan of Mario Kart. Unfortunately, I am not a big fan of racing games in general, so I've always been left out. I've never owned a Mario Kart game in my life. I have owned all of these Nintendo systems, you know, but I've never owned any of the Mario Kart games on any of those systems. So, I don't know why I would start now. Because the thing is, and this is the thing, I love to play video games, but I tend to play video games as a solitary experience. I don't play MMOs because I don't have the time to sink into the game, so I feel like if I was part of a guild or a group or whatever that was like, alright, we're gonna go questing, I'd have to clear time in my schedule to go on that quest with them, and then try to be leveled up enough that I would be of use to them, and I just feel like they would play more than I would, and I would get left behind, and nobody would want me on their team because I wouldn't have a very powerful character. You know, and my schedule being what it is, I can play in fits and starts, so I can't really be dedicated enough for that sort of thing. So I tend to just play by myself. The only time that I've ever really played online games with anybody, I mean, I've looked at leaderboards, you know, for games and seen, you know, oh, I did okay on this one, and I'm beating my friend on that one. But at the same time, you know, like I can look at, like, Dance Central. My friend Greg and he would beat my score, so I would have to practice harder and beat his score. He beat my score a lot more than I beat his, though, mostly. But I think the only games that I ever, like, played online with people were Rock Band, because it's cooperative and fun, and I played, and again, Rock Band was only with friends, because I'm not going to do that with strangers, because I don't know these people, and people are kind of jerks online. Although I feel like if you're going to play Rock Band with people, you're okay. But again, I'm not as good as other people, so I would feel like I'm letting them down if I failed something, and then, you know, they'd get annoyed that I wasn't good enough and I ruined their score or something. I don't know. But I did play Mass Effect 3 online, because that factored into, you know, your ending. You had to get the galactic readiness up, you know, before you did your final battle, and if you had your galactic readiness at like 100% before you did your final battle, you'd get a better ending. I don't know how high it needed to be to actually get that ending, but I wasn't taking any chances, so I basically played a ton of Mass Effect multiplayer before I did my endgame. The problem is that, again, it was rough starting because I wasn't very good at it, and my character wasn't very strong, and I had to level them up a little bit. It was okay as an experience. Nobody was really a jerk online. I found that most people don't even turn on their microphones, so you don't really have to deal with that. Yeah, like, I just feel like I'm not big online because I just don't feel like I can compete with people. So I would do things like, you know, cooperative gaming. But even then, I feel like I'm going to let down my team because I'm not that good at whatever game we're playing. But something like Mario Kart, that's pure competition, and I'm not very good at racing games to begin with, so the idea of sitting down with my friends and trying to play a racing game, I don't really have much of a chance of winning, so I don't know how much fun that's really going to be. You know what I'm saying? Same thing, everybody's all excited about Smash Brothers is coming soon, which I think will also sell Wii U's to the people who didn't get Mario Kart. They'll get it with Smash Brothers, I suppose. I'm not really good at fighting games, so, I'm not going to get Smash Brothers. I have never owned a Smash Brothers game. I have played Smash Brothers with friends, but I don't know what I'm doing, and it was just chaos, and I would obviously lose, and I didn't have fun because I didn't know what I was doing. And the thing is that it's not a case of, well, get the game and play single player and get really good at it so that you can then compete with your friends and maybe win. Because that's not going to happen, because I'm not good at racing or fighting games. So, no matter how much I practice, I'll still never be that good. I mean, I remember when Marvel vs. Capcom 3 came out, all my friends were getting it, and I said, ooh, let me get this, and then I'll have a game I can play online with my friends. And we can play Marvel vs. Capcom. It'll be so much fun. But I suck. So I tried playing with a friend of mine. I think I've told this story before. And he was like, oh, I'm not very good, so you'll probably beat me. And I'm like, okay. And we played, and he wiped the floor with me. And I'm like, are you kidding me? You're amazing. And he's like, oh no. Compared to everybody else, all our other friends are even better than him. And I'm like, and I'm done. And I tried to do, the training that teaches you all the combos and the moves, and I just can't, I'm not good at combos. I can't get the timing right. So I couldn't get past, the first few combos, and then I'd be like, and I don't know, I can't do anymore. So everybody else is pulling off these massive combos and doing these amazing things, and I'm just sitting there getting my ass kicked, and it's not a whole lot of fun. So yeah, so I'm a little sad that all of you are out there enjoying the hell out of Mario Kart, and I'm sitting here playing other games because I can't enjoy Mario Kart with the rest of you. I don't know how you guys feel about multiplayer. I know everybody else seems to just love multiplayer and they can't get enough of it, and they're all about playing online with their friends, and I just can't help but feel left out. The only game I keep wanting to play online is Animal Crossing, but nobody plays Animal Crossing anymore, so I never see any of my friends online at the same time I am. So I don't even get to visit any towns anymore. It's sad. I'm always the weird one. I'm the odd one out. What can I say? Oh well. So that was my little rant on multiplayer gaming online. And if you agree with me, say so in the comments so that I don't quite feel so alone. I would appreciate it. Thanks a lot, and I will see you back here next time. Later!